Um, Today's Thursday, streaming a little bit earlier than I normally would. Actually, I kind of want to take a nap, but I think now I'm starting to get a little bit of energy. I took a walk before I took my nap, and I think a bird crapped on me. It was like some weird solid green. I thought it was like a peanut that hit me like on my ear or something. Anyway, when I got home, I cleaned myself with, antibacterial stuff and, the clothes or whatever. So all is well. But, that being said, there's actually not really much to talk about today. We had like a crazy night last night, and then miraculously the markets mostly came back today, with the exception, obviously, of, the NASDAQ. Uh, so again, we'll have to see what happens, right? Because I think what might be happening is some people are fudding and dumping, and then the Federal Reserve is just buying up the dip. So we'll just have to let that play itself out. And then in the meantime, crypto is still somewhat under pressure. It's just not cratering, right? So I only partially closed some of my put options on crypto. But I'm still holding my February ones, just because I still just don't know what's going to happen. And at this point, I think all the markets in crypto are full on manipulation. So, oh, and they're already trash talking Melania Trump with their NFT thing. So, I mean, we're just gonna have to see what happens because here's the problem, right? Let me actually refresh the bonds. The dollar index, the relative strength is way higher, right? So it's 97.25. So that's one of Greg's trends. And then the bond market seems a little off. So short and medium term debt is selling off a little bit, but the long term debt's being bought up a little bit. So that means the Manarino index isn't going to spike like crazy, but it is going up. And for now, Greg says that he still expects tech to eventually go up until something really big changes. So there's gonna be, and then he sent out an email saying that did I say buy calls or to buy the actual share? So he was actually referring to buying the shares. In my case, I just bought shares of Region Financial, and I'm just leaving it at that, just buying something safe with whatever little is left in my stock market account. And it's down 44 cents. So pretty much, because I don't even remember what I bought it for, but whatever. It's buying the stock. So it's really because I just want to keep my stock market account active. So aside from that, I mean, we're just going to have to wait and see, and we're approaching the end of the week. So the markets are still trying to figure out what they want to do about, because I think at this point, the markets might actually figure out the inflation is here to stay. The Fed has no intention of ever raising rates or trying to fight inflation like at all. So I don't actually know what's really going to happen. And that unfortunately bodes pretty poorly for cryptocurrencies overall. Like at this point, there's no point in checking like technicals or whatever. Like it's just going to be. Oh, and this is obviously a website bug or something with Titano. I just noticed it before I hit the stream button. So I mean, for the most part, I mean, I think we can basically just kiss this bull run goodbye because there's just way too much suppression now. And of course, because you can't make any money anywhere, right? Whether it's your job, your salary, your wage, crypto, or stocks, because everything's literally being manipulated by the globalists and the feds, right? The Federal Reserve, that is. I mean, you have nowhere to go. I mean, you're just gonna have to vote, Republican, and then maybe hope that things go up a little bit. But obviously, people are just stupid, so that's just never gonna happen. Like people, the main problem is people still have too much faith in the government. At least there's enough voters that do. So they'll vote in the same government, thinking something will change when it's really gonna get worse. And then this bullshit's just gonna keep getting worse and worse. So, it kind of sucks. Yeah, I don't want to sound all doom and gloom because I think there's a lot of good hope coming by. But, I mean, first of all, November 2022 is still the end of this year. And in the meantime, we're going to have to just try to figure something out because I'm basically at the point where I don't think a lot of these Titano forks are really, doing what they should be doing. I mean, Ouranos is doing okay. We'll talk about that in a sec. And then Hera Money apparently is like a full-on like outsourced project. And they have lots of money, so that's pretty helpful. But I mean, at this point, I'm starting to get annoyed with. I guess we'll move into this because this is just gonna be a short video, and I don't see anyone in the chat. That's actually another reason why I streamed early, so I don't have to read chat, because usually people want to chat when it's a little later in the stream. I mean, at this point, I'm just like, why can't people just copy Titano play? Like, it's so frustrating. Like, this is a proven formula. It clearly is working, and it's actually creating deflation. Because now all the money that would normally go to just normal stakers is going in as jackpot. And it's only being redistributed to 10 people. So it's working really well. And I'm just like, I don't know, man. So anyway, so those are the markets. I mean, I wish I could just say more. Hey, Robert. Yeah, I wish I could say more, but, you know, the Federal Reserve really fucked everyone over. And they're doing a really good job of it. So, I don't know. We're just going to have to see what St. Nick has in store eventually once, you know. I'm actually going to be curious to see what AFPAC 3 is going to have in store. That might give you a little bit of a kind of clue about what's going to happen going forward. But, I don't know. We'll have to see if True America First Patriots... I'll read chat in just a sec. Can, you know, excuse me, you know, work their magic on the state level, because I don't think the federal government can do much. That isn't to say we shouldn't support people like Gosar or Thomas Massie, who are actually in Congress, right, the House of Representatives. But obviously our focus obviously needs to be the local government, because that's where we can actually do damage to, you know, global H word. And then in the meantime, we, you know, give whatever support, so at least Gosar and them and Thomas Massie and them can kind of occupy the space in the House until they eventually get some kind of reinforcements from, you know, more actual patriots, right? Because obviously it's a vote, right? So, you know, remember, the entirety of the Democrats and like 95% of the Republican Party are all the same, right? They are against America. They're against you and me. They're against us. So, you know, it's gonna take a while, you know, to build out that 5% that are patriots, right? Like Massie and Gosar in the House, and turn that into, like, you know, the actual dominant force. You know, and now that they're all, you know, attacking Nick on Gab, like, apparently this is now a thing. It's like, yeah, it's just like, I'm just so sick and tired of all the subversives just trying to fuck us in the ass, man. It's like, you know, if it were me, I really would just put, like, everybody in a fucking camp, you know? And then just, like, charge everybody with treason, and then depending on what they were actually doing, you know, hand out the according sentence. But then, you know, we would really need a lot of camps, right? So, can't do that. Oh well, what are you gonna do? Oh yeah, the other problem is they apparently are shipping all the illegals to Miami, Florida, so they could fuck up Florida. So this is just wonderful, man. Fucking can't stand it. Did you see Disclosed TV? I assume you Disclosed TV posted right now that Biden is going to take executive action against crypto. Really? I did not see that. If that's actually true, that would actually be a really bad thing for crypto. Okay, so yeah, this is actually brand new. The Biden admin is preparing executive action to regulate digital assets such as Bitcoin as a matter of national security. Yeah. Go figure. Go figure. I guess the globalists have had, and that might actually explain why a lot of people were dumping crypto. This might actually be what was causing people to dump crypto. Average off crypto. I wonder what Joe Biden's actually going to do, though. All right. Well, there is a. So this is great. I was kind of hoping this would just be a. Yeah. All right. Do I have to pay for this fucking article? Yeah, of course I have to pay for the article. Let's see. Joe Biden action crypto. Let me see if I can find some asshole that isn't going to. All right, here we go. Now, I do know that normally Greg would just say we want to look for regulations, but executive action does technically count as regulation. It's also very sudden. Okay, so the Biden, so this is actually what it is. Okay, so Biden, so it's a good thing I still have my put options, right? Because Bitcoin's gonna go to like fucking 30K or 25K, and then I actually make some good bank on my put options. Biden admin to release executive order on crypto as early as February. So that's actually next month. The directive will ask federal agencies to determine the risks and opportunities posed by digital assets. So this actually doesn't do anything. It's technically, I mean, I'm still not happy that Biden's laying the groundwork for this stupid shit, because obviously the tribals are getting mad. The Biden admin is writing executive order for release next month that will outline a comprehensive government strategy on crypto. Okay, and then unknown federal agencies will just take a look at it. Directive will place the White House in a central role overseeing efforts to set policy and regulate digital assets. Blah, blah, blah. Federal agencies have already begun studying and providing regulatory guidance around digital asset for years. The Office Comptroller of Currency, Security, SEC, and CFTC have issued guideline letters, informal statements, and public rulings, blah, 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 but these have not been coordinated in a single document or by one agency. Biden, Senior Advisor met multiple times to discuss the directive, which we presented to the president in the next few weeks. Okay, so far this doesn't even sound like... Okay, so this doesn't actually sound like anything. It's not like we are banning crypto, okay? We are going to make you do X, Y, Z. It has nothing to do with any of this. It's literally an executive order saying, hey, go do some more research on crypto. That's literally all this thing is saying, assuming this is actually accurate. Also, Disclose.tv has been accurate when it comes to money matters like twice now. First, yesterday they said, you know, Fed leaves rates unchanged, markets surge. That's actually completely fucking wrong, and you never disclose and fix that. And then now they're also kind of overhyping this shit a little bit. So I'm actually a little annoyed with Disclose.tv. So I guess I'm just gonna have to add this to the whatever. So okay, so far this isn't really anything. It's just a scare. Well, that being said, I mean, there's already FUD and shit, so we'll see what happens with this. Because if this really were a problem, we should actually see a lot more drops in crypto. But the problem is, crypto was already kind of under pressure already because of the overall market malaise that's going on right now, plus the Federal Reserve being fucking stupid fucking assholes and not raising interest rates when the market really needs it and wants it. And the Fed's like, no, fuck you. You know, we tech market, we take everything. You have nothing, right? You will own nothing, and you will be happy about it, right? That's basically the motto right now of the central banks, right? And it's working pretty well. Okay, great. Damn, Disclose taking an L. Yeah, I mean, Disclose is still really good, and I still use it primarily as my farming source now because I don't really like the... I've given up on farming on Twitter because I'm just sick and tired of it. I'm like, you know what? St. Nick and the Groypers in America First are going to take it all the way anyways, and I'm already hitching my ride to them anyhow, so whatever. If we get our country back, I would consider running for office of some kind, right? If I really care about that stuff. You know, so in my case, I would run for like mayor of Tampa or something, right? You know, get my political career established, and then just fucking just fucking lay waste to like like everything as much as I could, right? And then pave the way for like future patriots after when they take my place, right? You know, so. Alright, something definitely scary. Technically it is kind of scary, but so far, assuming this is actually what it is and nothing more, that's really not a problem, not yet. Alright, like Greg said, you know, we need to see serious regulations, and we don't see that yet. And I'm reading this is not regulate. There's nothing here. Yeah, this isn't even regulations. This is just an executive order to see, hey, what is cryptocurrencies? So, and I tell you, you gotta remember, Russia and China China has already basically banned crypto, so everyone's already up in their faces of like the Democrats of being communists, right? So why the fuck would Biden and the Democrats want to do exactly what China's doing? I mean, I know the Democrats don't give a shit, but I mean, they want to give a shit a little bit, right? You know, especially since they're kind of already pissing everybody off with the mandates and everything else and all the degenerate shit and then like the inflation and then constantly bitching about January 6th instead of like, you know, fucking dealing with inflation, right? People losing their fucking jobs. So, you got that. And on top of that, Russia is like, I mean, okay, so Russia I think is mostly pro-crypto, especially Putin, right? He actually came out and said we like crypto. But it's just the central bank of Russia for some reason, I guess, is run by subversives or something. And then Putin's like, alter execution, all right? You bash Bitcoin, you get fucked, you. Okay, my name Putin. You fucking stupid, you. I don't know. I don't know if I did a good enough like fake Russian accent, but that's kind of like how I figure Putin like behaves. You know, you stupid fuck you. You know, you fuck Russia crypto. You know, we fuck the Russia, fuck you. You know, yeah, that does sound. I mean, it does sound kind of Russian, right? Charles Hoshikin said he's going to start a super PAC for crypto today on Twitter. Good. Well, as much as I don't like his attitude towards Ethereum, anybody who can fuck over the system, I don't care who they are, even if it's XRP people, I'm all fucking for it, man. I'm not going to donate to it, but actually, Charles Hodgkinson Twitter. I'm pretty sure I spelled his. Oh wow, I actually spelled his name correctly. Jeez, can you give me the actual fucking right one? Ah, great. Which one is which? Oh man, I need to retweet him. Can you give me the tweet? Because I need to retweet that. Because for some reason I can't get his Charles Hodgkinson Cardano. This guy is very fucking hard to find. Hodgkinson. Okay, Hodgkinson. Because there's no G in his name. And I still can't fucking spell his name correctly. Okay, I think it's this one. Of course I can't find him. A better way of stating this is national insecurity. Where's the thing where he's saying he's starting a super PAC today? If I saw a blockchain, who would volunteer and donate? Oh. Okay, so this was actually yesterday. That's not the right one. Global's getting nervous about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. It's too late to stop us. It's too late to stop us. Alright, I'm just gonna farm his Twitter, even though I'm not gonna like all the XRP people following me and then just giving me like their fucking XRP maxi takes. Executive order to pay Joe Biden to read Joe every major coins white paper in a baby voice. Nightmare country, yeah. You know, I actually would be okay with that because that would obviously distract Joe Biden. But I mean, there's technically no point to that because we all know that Biden's just a puppet. So you know, he does what he's told. You know, we know that it's the people around him that run everything. And funny enough, if you put Kamala Harris on the Supreme Court, because she's apparently one of the nominees, which I actually would not mind, surprisingly. You know why? Because it doesn't matter who they replace, we just know it's going to be a shit lib. So I'd rather just get the worst shit lib out of here and into a position where she was going to do the same amount of damage anyway, but it's, I don't know, it's kind of hard for me to explain this, but basically, if you know... Here's another analogy, right? If you had 1 million illegal alien invaders, right, would you want to put them in Florida? Well, the answer is no, because we're going to lose a lot. But if you put those same 1 million illegals in, say, right here in New York State, then it doesn't matter, because we were already a shit-lib state anyway, so we might as well take the hit right here in New York for the good of everyone else. That's kind of like the exact same logic that I'm going with Kamala Harris on the Supreme Court. Because she's going to do a lot of damage if she's anywhere else in the government. But if she's in the Supreme Court, all she's doing is just replacing another shitlord, which is Stephen Breyer, right? Or whatever, Bayer, whatever his name is. So she was going to vote left wing anyway. So we actually neutralized her power by just, putting her in basically a fake spot, right? I mean, it'll be annoying to hear her screeching for like the next, 200 years, but I mean, beggars can't be choosers, so you might as well just mitigate damage. Supreme Court doesn't have any legitimacy, so who cares? Oh yeah, there's that too. It's like who cares about the SCOTUS too anyway? So that's another reason why you want to put Kamala Harris there, because Kamala Harris is actually very dangerous. So the sooner we can put her in like a position where she's not going to do anything, like actually not do anything, the better for us. Put AOC in the court. Yeah, but AOC is not interested, and no one's even mentioning her name for SCOTUS, for all that matters. But yeah, if she was on the Supreme Court, I mean, that would probably be okay too. But AOC's not going anywhere. And we're stuck with her until, again, Groypers, take actual control of this government. Then we can start purging, all the fucking idiots from our government, right? And then we'll replace them with actual real Christian men that'll actually freaking do something. Yeah. So, okay. So that's crypto Biden executive admin blah 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 blah. But this timestamp is going to be completely out of control. I can definitely guarantee you that. So for the most part, someone just dumped like $70,000 worth of Titano, and Titano's coming back up, so it's looking all right. Titano Play has also paid out like 160 grand to 10 winners, so it's like 100. They each got like 19,000, like almost 20 grand each or some shit like that. I don't know. They got a lot of money. That's all I know. So it's looking pretty good for Titano. I got no complaints. I mean, to be honest, like I was alluding to before, all these Titano forks still are not implementing Titano Play except Pallas. But the problem with Pallas is because that idiot is still in true Groyper government. Yeah, we really need a Groyper government, but well, that'll happen. It's just a matter of when. I just hope that we can survive until then, right? At least in my case, financially. So we'll see. Alright, so you look in the upper right hand corner, I gotta turn off my camera real quick. You'll see that Pallas is now down to like sub 33.74 cents, right? Shit's going much lower. I thought it would at least stabilize, so last night I dumped my Pallas for small loss and just put it in Ouranos. And yeah, I mean, I guess the weekly flasher is still not good enough, so people are just dumping this project. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I hate to say this, but I think I would like to see Pallas fail, just so that other Titano forks never fucking consider a flasher sale ever again. The good news is there are so many people that are pissed about the Pallas flasher sale that I think other Titano forks will eventually figure out they'll never implement this thing. And then Pallas will probably get some life once they implement, Titano Play on their site, and we'll see what happens, but the thing is, Harakad did say he wants to make the flasher sale back to a daily occurrence, and nothing prevents him from increasing the amount of tokens that are available in the flasher sale. Right now it's 1.2 million per sale, but what if he wants, 5 million or whatever? Because don't forget, Pallas has a lot of circulating supply right now. It's actually kind of out of control. He's asking for trouble, man, and I think that's more than enough for people, so that's why they're dumping that shit. So Poseidon's actually doing okay. It seems to be settling around at 0.0025. I don't know. It's just kind of waddling. It's just gonna stay here basically. So again, I don't see any plans to implement a Titano play style thing in the Poseidon. All right, because right now I'm not even involved in the Pallas or Poseidon chance. I'm just like, I'm just looking at, the announcements in Twitter because I just don't want to deal with any of this shit anymore. Alright, so a roadmap just got released for Ouranos. It's looking alright. We still have people who are whitelisted or very early buyers dumping pretty much all of their Ouranos tokens. So that's where the self-pressure is coming off of. And then you still have a lot of people buying up Ouranos. So it's looking alright. I personally am not thrilled at all with the shitty roadmap that Ouranos came out with. But on the other hand, I don't really see any red flags either. And we're going to talk about her next, and then we'll call it after I read chat. I mean, it's kind of vague. They want to do a centralized exchange listing, which kind of hurts the tax systems, right? Because why would you pay the tax? You would just go on the open market instead. So I'm not happy with that. And they said secret features in the first quarter of 2022. Now, they also said rebranding slash new website. So I don't know if he means that he just wants to fix up the website or if they're actually going to change Ouranos to something else. Now I'm kind of thinking that they, I'm not now. I'm thinking they really just mean changing the website, but we'll still keep the Ouranos name because you already have a lot of search terms and links that say Ouranos. So you change the name of your project, you kind of like fuck that all up, and we go back to zero. So I'm kind of hoping that's not what's going to be happening. You see what happened to Time Wonderland? No, but well, you can just type it in chat. But I kind of already know. We're even, I even like even in the policy team today. I forgot what it was, but basically they were saying, yeah, we want to avoid Time Wonderland because, and then some other shit, or no, maybe it was someone else. But basically, all the scammers, Andre Kanje and the other guy that's involved in Time Wonderland or something is like that's starting to bite him in the ass or something. I can't remember where I read that. All I know is DAOs. To me, a DAO is a no-go zone. It's a no-go zone. I don't want anything to do with a fucking DAO ever again. You know, I like, you know, right now it's clearly obvious that the Titano model works. Every other model is inferior or just doesn't work. You know, period. All right. So aside from that, the devs still seem pretty sincere. It's obviously not rug pulling yet. It's day 3 today, right? If they wanted a rug pull, they would have rug pulled by now. They could still rug pull later, right? That's usually the risk as always. But with that being said, you know, excuse me. I don't know. I would still like to see, you know, some Titano fork implement fucking Titano play without the stupid retarded flasher sale. I was really hoping Ouranos would be that one, but it's not for now. So we'll just have to see what the secret features are. As soon as they released the roadmap, people started dumping. I think that's what this was, and then maybe this 3.3 mil. I have to check the timestamps, but I just remember like a bunch of people started dumping. But with that being said, not everyone dumped, obviously, and we're back to, you know, sub 5 cents or whatever. So, hey, Millhouse. Yep, I haven't seen you in like 11 trillion years. So, I don't know. For now, I'm not going to do anything on my Ouranos, but if I do, I'll maybe sell a little bit, right? Because right now I'm just fully compounding. I don't know. I'm gonna need to see more about the roadmap. Like, just get some clarity, right? Because they just posted the roadmap and the devs went immediately to sleep. So, you know, let's see. Let me check the Discord real quick because I did ask, like, are they planning to implement Titano play into Ouranos, right? And I didn't get an answer at all. Let's see. One of the devs still seems awake. Let's see. Part of the problem, I also don't want to inadvertently cause FUD either. Let's see. Because here's the other thing. Let's say I sell all my shit now. Like, where am I going to put my money into? Like, all I really have is either stable coins on Phantom, which actually pay out once every 8 to 10 days. That's when the auto compound triggers on Beefy. I actually checked the contract. Events, etc. strategy thing. Or I could just put it into Titano, but I mean, in a way, there's no point because in 2 weeks I would get back the money I would have put in Titano now. So I'd rather just hold on to Ouranos. So, let's see. I mean, so far in the chat, everyone still seems pretty happy. Pack always had was a good thing. Let's see, Ouranos devs on the ball, lots of communication. That is true. The devs have been doing exactly what they've been saying. and they have been communicating. And so far, the community's been pretty cool. So, you know, yeah. And of course, the rebases are actually spot on. So that is a really good thing. So at least the rebases, like pretty much right now of all the Titano forks, Ouranos is still the best, right? But with that being said, there's a bunch more clowns coming out, right? And Hera Money not only is basically the same APY as Titano, but according to the announcements made on Hera Money, over here, JK3 posted it at 1:40 p.m., so like a few hours ago actually. He said AVAX is now the chain of choice, so Hera is officially going to AVAX. Thank God. All right, I hate Phantom. Phantom's a shit blockchain. I don't know why people like it. It just sucks. The website rollout is expected in the next few days, along with the roadmap. So they're already coming out with the website and the roadmap, because I do want to see if they're going to at least mention Titano playstyle. Because in order to be the next Titano or the same quality as Titano, you really need Titano play, right? And then whenever the third feature comes out for Titano, you need that too. Because Titano is the baseline, right? Bitcoin is the baseline for every other altcoin, right? And including shitcoins. So Titano and Titano forks are the exact same way. I mentioned this yesterday. And it's no different here. Our founder is away for a few days now, which is slowing progress. So they have a rich guy apparently running this whole thing. So starting mid next week, we'll have a series of large announcements for you, along with tangible progress. The only reason for the delay, this is the only reason for the delay, because the founder is out. Once the team has approval from, I hope the founder is not losing money in the current market mayhem and decided to kill himself, then we'd be kind of in trouble. This is the only reason for the delay. Once the team has approval from our founder to continue, we will be full steam ahead. I'm just reading what Discord announcement said. Everything other than the go ahead is ready for our continued development and progress. So I want to see their website. I want to see their what kind of UI access they have, and obviously I want to read their roadmap. Right, we all do. What to expect short term? We will be onboarding investments to provide internal budget for marketing, liquidity, whitelist tokens, community reward, subcontractor payment. So they're hiring subcontractors. We will mainly be subcontracting some marketing and Solidity developers. So they're basically just hiring everything out, or just hiring out a lot of the stuff. Full documents, Medium articles, website, tokenomics description, budget allocation are all on the cards for next week, along with a team AMA, further recruitment, closing statement, transparency, clear comms will be very hard how we operate, blah blah blah. Regardless of the product, will always be setbacks in return, complete transparency, ball. Okay, and the rest is just whatever. So, and then phase 3 of the whitelist has come to a close. A new phase will come out soon. So, we got Hera Money coming out. Highpoint will take like 11 million years to release if they ever fucking release, right? And this is my Chrome. And we got 2 projects that my source told me about, which is Caesar Finance and Dymos, and these are both also going on Avalanche. So I think I might pump and dump Dymos. We'll see about Caesar Finance. I happen to actually like the concept of Caesar Finance, simply because the guy just says the empire will rise again. If I can find that. Yeah, the empire shall rise again. I don't know, I just kind of like that, right? You know, it's like Caesar was a pretty right-wing asshole. Right? He didn't give a shit. In fact, he was so base that they had to literally fucking kill him just to get rid of him, because that's how you did things back in Rome, right? There was no voting anybody out. You just got a knife in the back or the front, or I guess you just got strangled to death and taking a bath. Very embarrassing stuff, right? But yeah, I mean, Caesar was a real man, right? But he did do a lot of bad things too, like mostly like genocide and mass murder. All in the name of glorifying Rome, right? So, yeah, that was kind of like the only downside to Caesar was that. And then Hera does sound pretty promising. So again, as long as it's not a scam rug pull, I think I'll hold on to Hera. I obviously want to hold on to Caesar, but we literally have no info on Deimos or Caesar, so we'll have to see. And then I don't know. I guess we'll just see what happens with Ouranos. Like, there's like it's kind of I'm kind of like in the middle of nowhere with Ouranos right now, because I was really hoping for in the Ouranos roadmap a Titano play. So, and I see Nanny in the Discord basically telling people that all that stuff, utilities, is in the secret features. It's like I'm just so sick and tired of these stupid surprises, man. I want certainty. We want certainty, not surprises. All right, we want the opposite of a surprise. But I didn't mention that. I'm only gonna bitch about it here. I'm not even gonna write it in the description because again, I don't want to cause FUD. There's already enough problems already. So this projects don't need need causing inadvertent problems. So and for the most part, I mean, hey, it could be worse. It could actually be a scam, or we could be marching towards a scam, and then we all lose our money in this shit. Because I know some people that are in really big, and there's an unknown whale that now owns 72 million Ouranos coins, which is this guy, because he just literally bought like $10,400 worth of fucking Ouranos. Yeah, he's got 72.555 million Ouranos coins. So I really hope that this guy isn't gonna get scammed. Alright, I'm gonna feel bad if I get scammed. You guys will feel bad, but this guy is gonna really feel bad if he gets scammed by an Ouranos rug pull, which obviously we hope does not happen. I'm trying to look for whitelist. So this guy's not even whitelisted. He actually bought in the open market because I don't see the method pay WL, because that's what Ouranos devs called it. So yeah, and one other thing you might notice is that, and I noticed this with Titano, and I'll call it because I don't see anything in chat. The price sometimes goes down when you see buy pressure, and that's because the token that this trades against, Phantom, is going down in value, right? Because the markets are going down. The same thing happens to Titano when Binance Coin goes down. So I want to try and see if I can find an example of this. No, because Binance Coins is actually pretty stable. But if Binance Coins drops too much too quickly, then green buys will actually have cheaper prices because this is quoted in US dollars. So that's what's happening. If I click this though, I think if I click on BNB though, then you don't have that problem. I think. No, I never click this. I always just use USD. I always just use USD. Alright, so I didn't really go over much. I mean, it's kind of like a miniature version of Greg Manarino, because I think now he should be doing this video, so his video should be out hopefully by now or within a few minutes. Let me take a look. Yeah, he's probably making the video now, so I'm gonna go. It's the end of the week. Got some asshole dumping. The thing that sucks is this is such a large amount of coins. It doesn't hit the price too hard, but it's also not a lot of dollars. But it's always psychologically hurtful to see like millions of tokens, just being dumped. Problem is I clicked this thing too quickly, so I don't know. I won't get the updated Ouranos count on his account. Okay, shit. This guy's got like way too many fucking coins. So, okay, so this is at least updated. So basically he has no more Ouranos coins. So he's basically done. He's got 3,100 transactions. I'm not even going to bother and check to see if he's a whitelister or not. So, alright, so he dumped the project. I don't know if I'm not sure if this guy made any money. Does he make any money? I don't know. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. Alright, so I'll see you all next Monday, right? Monday morning. I mean, to be honest, there's really just not much to talk about going forward. Congruent's not launching till at least February 7th, right? So that's at least 10 days or something like that. I've got Chinese New Year stuff to do this weekend as well. However, it's snowing like crazy and windy. Excuse me. Basically, there's going to be an actual blizzard here in New York City on Saturday, apparently. So I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, have a good weekend. Have a good Friday. We'll see what happens with Monday. I'm gonna try to relax because right now I want to just keep focusing on finding more Titano forks, trying to manage my money. Just very annoying overall. And I mean, I know some people want to try to stick it out with Pallas, and I respect that. Me personally, the writing's already on the wall for this. Simply because, from a Christian perspective, Satan is in full control of Heracod, specifically the ego, right? Heracod's ego just doesn't want to let this stupid function go, and it's just literally killing the project. So it's a real shame. It's a real shame. Pallas was very promising, and they continue to throw it away because of literal pride. So yeah. Yep, I'll see you, Robert. So thanks for watching. Watch the replay. I mean, it's not really much thingy. Yes, Gong Hei Fat Choi for sure. I'm not even sure if that's how you spell hi or hey, but it doesn't matter. I don't really care. And that's an interesting YouTube icon, body bag. It looks like one of those. What is those cheese sticks? The polio string cheese things. That's what that icon reminds me of. Yeah, I'm starting to get hungry. I'm gonna probably make some food too. Alright, thanks for watching. See you Monday. Or if something crazy happens, then before that, obviously.